Kristin.
Yes, Kevin.
How would you like to do this show live?
Kevin, like Remark live?
Remark live!
I would love to!
Well, we're going to do 3 live episodes in December with the help of Comedy Sports Philadelphia. We're going to do December 3rd, December 10th, and December 17th at 8 p.m.
Kevin, do we have amazing guests for those shows or what?
We do. We have amazing guests planned. We have some fun ideas. We might have a contest or two. Remember this?
I love a contest for a tree topper.
So tune in. It's easy to do. You can check the link below to buy tickets, or you can simply go to CSZTix, that's TIX.com, and buy tickets for one of the shows, 2 of the shows, or all 3 of the Remark live shows. Again, that's December 3rd, December 10th, and December 17th at 8 o'clock, all Thursdays.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are we in them?
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Oh boy, we are back at it, friends. We are at another episode. This is week 3 of Remark. And I am Kristin Finger. And as always, my delightful co-host / host with the mostest, Kevin Regan.
Hey, Kristin, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Nice mug.
Thank you. Literally, thank you. You bought this for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kristin, this week we watched Christmas with the Darlings. So, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about it. Christmas with the Darlings featured Jessica Liu, played by Katrina Law. She's ending her 2.5-year run as Charles Darlington's executive assistant, or, for brevity's sake, EA, which they say a lot. She's passed the bar exam and will now become a corporate lawyer in the Darlington company. Meanwhile, the Darlington kids, Charles' nieces and nephew, are returning from Australia, where they've been living for the past 3 years after the accidental deaths of their parents, which include Jared, Charles' brother. Jessica and Charles' youngest brother, Max, are charged with taking care of the orphan kids during this Christmas break to keep them from having to go to their new boarding school, the Payton Academy. Jessica is a planner, whatever that means, and Max is a fly-by-the-seat of his pants type. They find that they have a lot more than they thought in common. Together, they plan many Christmas festivities for the children and manage to rearrange the Darlington company party at the last second to land an important client.
Spoilers, Kevin. Spoilers.
To attempt to land an important
Okay.
client. So Kristin and I, once again, did not watch this movie by ourselves. We have guests with us tonight. First, from one of the Hallmark cities of all Hallmark, Chicago, we have Jason Stockdale.
Oh, hi! How's it going?
You live in like the most famous of Hallmark cities.
I know, Kevin.
They have so many B-real shots. B-real? B-roll.
Yeah, be real. Let's call it be real. They be real in Chicago.
It is the most Christmassy of all Christmas cities.
I believe that. And then we also have Delaware's premier acoustic rock dork power duo, the one and only Hot Breakfast. It was up to you guys to do your own hot breakfast on the answer.
It's all good. It's all good.
Matt Casarino and Jill Knapp, who also are kind enough to have done the theme song that you heard at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, big deal, you guys. Thank you so much. Everyone has literally been texting me like, how'd you get that song? I was like, don't worry about it. We know rock stars.
Oh.
We're just waiting for a letter from Darlene Loves Lawyers any minute now.
No. Yeah, we wait for one from Hallmark every day. So have you seen our font? So let's start this off. By a show of hands, how many people have never seen a Hallmark film before watching this one? Just Jill. Let's ask immediately, Jill, what was your initial thought watching this movie?
No.
No.
I'm from Jersey originally, so our people are very suspicious, and our people tend to be a little humbuggy and a little negative. I'm going to be completely candid. That was my first thought. And
Good.
I
Okay,
thought,
going into it, sure.
yeah, what did I get myself into? But, then the night went on.
Okay, well, Ebenezer Scrooge, we know, is from New Jersey. Dickens, right? That's
Sure,
Jersey. Yeah. Jason Stockdale, if I'm not mistaken, are you not also a New Jerseyite by origin?
I am originally from Jersey, and I can concur with everything that Jill just said. It's easy to be suspicious immediately when you enter the world of Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
Because first of all, nobody could possibly be that happy.
No.
And rich.
Yeah, it's funny. I want to get to that. We can talk about it now, but I want to bring that back because there's something happens at the end, and I found it hilariously funny at how wealthy. I mean, this is definitely, the Darlingtons are an incredibly wealthy family. They own the Darlington Corporation, whatever that means. And these kids, this mansion is just insane. The opening shot is this ginormous tree, and you're thinking, well, is that going to go in their yard? And it goes in their living room.
Yeah. And it barely even makes a dent in the living room.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
It's like they needed 6 more. But also, I just really quick question. Why didn't they just call it Christmas with the Darlingtons?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
guess the kids were the darlings, but
Were they
but were
Matt!
they?
Wait, hold on. Kristen, are you just now getting that?
Yes! Oh my God!
I only got it today, to be fair. Like, it was not while I was watching the movie, it was later.
Yeah.
For
And
the
I thought,
win.
I wonder if they're the darlings.
It would make sense for the family name to have been Darling. It's a name. It's the name in Peter Pan. So you could have called them the Darlings without.
Oh my God. I'm going to do a rewatch to this and understand so much more now.
Maybe the real darlings are the friends we made along the way.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
beautiful.
So something like a big trope of these movies is that usually someone is a bah humbug, if we're staying on that sort of topic, and the other is like, I love Christmas. And the interesting thing that I found is that neither of them were on a high end of that scale.
Yeah.
They were sort of both like, it's Christmas. Right. So I think out of the gate, I was like, I'm pumped for this because I'm used to just seeing someone hate Christmas and the other person has to push the joy on them.
Yeah.
This one sort of just unfolded and it was Christmas for the kids.
Yeah.
The Darlings.
Darling.
The darlings.
Those little darlings.
Any thoughts on sort of like the chemistry that you felt between these main characters?
I kept waiting for the chemistry between these two main characters. I was a little, they're both they're both young, superficially attractive people. But and I may be jumping ahead, when you learn that one had been in love with the other for the entirety of that person's life, my first thought was, have you? Was not terribly, wasn't feeling the heat so much from these two.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of heat to speak of, I thought. And I felt that for sure when my wife came into the room and watched literally 2 minutes of it and said, they have no chemistry.
Oh, no.
And Kelly has watched most of these movies. So
Jason, get out of here. Bring Kelly in. What are we doing?
So the main actress, Jessica, Katrina Law, I don't know if anyone else watches the Arrowverse, but she was on Arrow on the CW and she plays Ra's al Ghul's daughter. And so she's like this badass, like she can kick your butt and knows martial arts. So I was like, utilize that somehow, kick someone's bugatukas.
Yeah.
And they didn't, but I thought they were actually, for the acting, if we could get let's talk Hallmark acting, but even on that scale with the dialogue they were given, I thought they did pretty well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like there was definitely the beginning of the movie for me was like everybody was a wet towel. And I was just like, The acting was kind of flat, and there was a lot of exposition that needed to happen, especially because I think unique to the Hallmark movies, these characters knew each other already. So it was like, hey, we're finding threads of how people know each other, and there's all this convoluted plot stuff that we have to talk about, like why 10 different people can't take care of these kids right now. It was like crazy. I feel like once Max hit the screen, the acting picked up, the story picked up. I fell in love.
Yeah, I think you were supposed to hate him, but I was like, I never hated this guy.
No,
like, not for a second.
Yeah.
And, he's easy on the eyes.
Yeah, I wonder, were you supposed to hate him? Because, again, you cast the actor who plays Charles, and that menacing beard, you didn't trust anything he said from the get-go. I was just like, I don't know about this guy.
He hates these kids, was my very first thought.
Yeah. And he didn't even really Hallmark hate the kids. Like, no, he's just cool. And everything happened. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. But he had that kind of Mark Cuban face and the odd hair choices. And I thought, all right, this guy, keep an eye out. No, he's benign mostly.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Everything was convenient in this script. The kids had been away for 3 years, so it wasn't like their mother and father just died. This has been going on for 3 years. Jessica started working 2.5 years ago, so she did not know the kid. She was the one person who is kind of like coming from left field. She knew Max. She dealt with Max and knew of all his dalliances and whatnot. Obviously, she's Charles' EA, as it were, since they established it once and said, we are going to use that. It was like a writer was like, EA? That means executive assistant? I'm using it a lot. But then even like Mrs. Brooks, I found to be very very convenient, where it was like, to your point, I think Jason said it, or maybe Matt said it, you need 10 people to take care of these 3 kids. And might I add, 3 very well-behaved kids.
I was ready for them to walk in and be like the devil's spawn.
Yeah. And they weren't. So Mrs. Brooks couldn't take care of them because, well, she has arthritis. I was like, I think she would have been fine.
Miss Lena couldn't pick them up because it's my parents' anniversary.
Yeah.
Aunt Matilda is sick. There's other things that are happening. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
I gotta take care of these kids.
Aunt Matilda in Australia, perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's good writing right there. That really tells you, Australia, Matilda, I got it, man.
I bet she waltzes.
Oh, yeah. Well, not anymore. She's sick. So.
That's true.
But I love, Jason, your point of just coming from an annoying improv background is like start a scene where you know the person is so much more successful than when you don't know them. So I love that these 2 people have known each other for 2.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Which led to the amazing, I wrote it down, when she was like, oh, Max. And he was like, buy it a nickel every time someone said that. And I was like, during sex?
Yeah.
I know. I thought the same thing. If the beard guy said that line, you would have been like, yeah, that line reads. That works. But sexy Max saying it? Mm-mm. Plus, he's a millionaire. So, like, if I had a nickel every time someone said that, I'd be poor. So I'm glad I'm wealthy.
Oh, my God. But also, guys, really, really big deal, especially in the Hallmark world, is that her friend was a lesbian.
Yeah.
Thank you. I loved that connection between that barista / baker and this. I love that I guess it was maybe like an F plot line.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was way down.
They really tried to bury it, by the way.
They really did try. Even when they're holding hands, they're actually each holding a child's hand.
Child.
That was about as close as they
Random
could get.
child walking
Yeah.
through the
That
scene.
was so bizarre because I was like, wait, they're on their first date and she's holding her kids.
Yeah.
It wasn't her kid.
It was her nephew. And there's some brilliance to all of that because, again, Hallmark had gotten slammed for many, many years about being they were not inclusive whatsoever. And they have made great efforts, clearly. Yeah. But this is definitely like every casting. Like, I feel like somebody celebrated themselves in a lot of the casting because, so you had a lesbian couple, fantastic. You had the one part of the couple was an Asian woman, great, and then her nephew was Caucasian, so like it's like, oh, there's interracial relationships happening behind the scenes too. Hallmark, you figured it out. And like somewhere someone was like, we did good.
So while we were watching the movie, I was because the cast from Christmas with the Darlings were live tweeting while they were all watching it at the same time from the comfort of their homes, and then the Hallmark movie company even said representation matters. So they were like super proud of it, and the audience was proud of it. It was really cool. Like it made me really, really happy. And Max's friends, the ski friends, also a diverse little gang. Made me really happy. Yeah.
I am so sad they disappeared.
I know. I really liked them. I wanted to see more of them.
I mean, I was excited in the beginning because there was so much exposition in the first 10 minutes. Right. And those guys were kind of a big part of the exposition. So I thought, all right, we're going to see these guys here too. This is, and they were really the ones that I kind of got. Like they had a little bit of story to them as well. And no, a text, that was it. Yeah. That's all you got out of it.
Well, and I also love the fact that they're like, you're super lame because you want to spend Christmas with your wife and her family.
I love my wife. What can you do, guys? Come on. Give me a pick. You're always razzing me.
I loved that so much. I was like, classic bros.
Yep.
Come on, Hallmark.
Really making Max look like an idiot.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie.
Wait a minute. Because I loved Max. I really did love his character. But in the first few scenes he was in, he literally just kept picking up things and playing with them. Like the most random objects in her office. He was like, and I was like, what? I didn't know do we think that's an actor's choice? Or do you think the director was like, use the space?
The great palpator.
I personally, I think the actor was like, I'm stealing this when they yell cut. When they yell rap, I want this, I want this. He took that 2,000 piece puzzle. He was like, mine.
Oh, yeah. And in the age of Corona, he's like touching everything. So
nobody else wants it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, Kevin, speaking of the puzzle, like, so a lot of these movies have like the classic things that you have to do at Christmas. Tree lighting, decorating of the tree, baking cookies. They did it all, but in like a unique sort of way. I am obsessed with her idea to decorate outdoor trees that the animals could eat. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Twitter felt the same way. They were very excited about that.
I was pumped, and like, I don't know. I wanted a deer, or I wanted them to show that it was working.
Yeah, deer. Yeah.
You know, that's the only miss with that.
There were behind the scene deer because the one deer ate the carrot nose out of the snowman, which they also did that. They built snowmen. But to your point, you wanted to actually see the deer come in and eat the carrot or whatnot. Yeah, well, you know.
There's bears in Connecticut also, so you do have to be careful of them too.
True. It could have been
Christmas bears. They're Christmas bears, but there's bears.
It could have been a bear eating the deer who was eating the carrot nose.
Classic Hallmark.
I thought the activities were great, totally on point. I have one minor complaint, and that is, you know, they set everything up well, but twice a character was like, we're going to do the most Christmassy thing that you can possibly Christmas on Christmas. Mm-hmm. And the first one was like a sleigh ride.
Yeah.
And the second one was building snowmen.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, you're doing way other Christmassy activities that are way more Christmassy than that.
That was like a poor writing because that was a poor sentence in me describing poor writing. Because they even equate the fact that they've been doing, what do they call them? Summer Christmases? They had a name for it in Australia. Sunshine Christmas, that's not what they called it. That sounds like a song though. And we have a band here. Maybe they want to quickly...
Sunshine Christmas, coming next year.
We're taking notes.
So they were doing these very wintry activities. So yeah, Jay, so they could have easily just said, what's something cold that we can do?
Something wintry right now. But instead it's like, we're going to do the Christmassiest thing we can do.
Did anyone notice, speaking of cold activities and whatnot, when they walked into the festival, which was in like the barn, that's another big thing. I don't know how many of you guys do Christmas festivals. Obviously 2020, they're kind of no Christmas festivals, but a lot of Christmas festivals this year to make you really miss being able to do anything at all in the real world.
Rubbing it right in. Yeah.
Oh my God, without a doubt. But they walk in to this festival and they're, the three kids, they're all hanging out. I think it was, Emma, Jay Henry, and Adam, right? And they walk in and there's Jessica and there's Max. and this dude dressed as a snowman. Did you see? And he does this quick turnaround, and I was like, I had to rewind it 3 times because I showed my wife, and I was like, what the hell was that? It scared the crap out of
I
me.
thought I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
I rewound it and I was like, is he supposed to be there?
I think the acid taken it.
Yeah.
He crashed the set.
That guy was like, I'm getting my screen time. They ever me wear this costume? I'm making him pay.
Because it's like 90 degrees outside where they're filming, and he's like, I'm gonna get in this. This is going on my IMDb page.
Jill, was that guy tweeting? Was he live tweeting too?
Hashtag guy in a snowman suit. But I'm so happy you mentioned, because we were saying every single actor is sweating to death underneath all of their winter clothes. We're like, it's clearly 80 degrees wherever they're filming.
Yes.
And the snow that's cotton.
It's cotton.
You know, it's cotton.
The snowball fight.
Oh,
was
the snowball, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
The snowball
Oh my
fight.
God.
The fact that they were saying like corporate law is bad, but family law is good.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you guys know what family lawyers do? Like when families get divorced, they represent you and they like rip. I was so intrigued by like corporate law bad, family law good. I was like, wow, that was bold, even for Hallmark.
Can I throw a family law commercial in for Casarino Knapp? I'd love to. Would you like to?
And Stockdale, absolutely.
I didn't make partner yet.
He's a junior partner.
Hang in there, man.
You gotta rip those families away.
I'm not good at it.
So one of my favorite moments between the two of them, it involved my favorite meal, and it's grilled cheese with tomato soup. That is my favorite, like, go-to. It's cozy. I'm gonna make some grilled cheese and dip it in some tomato soup.
Yep.
So when he brings that over to her, I was like, have my babies, have all my babies.
And then did you see the convenient cut to the Campbell soup commercial immediately
Oh, yeah.
thereafter? I was like, nicely done.
Yeah, that can was prominently displayed, and then they go right into the commercial. It was like, mm-hmm.
Campbell's, please sponsor us. Hi, my name is Kristin Finger, and Campbell's tomato soup is literally my favorite and go-to tomato soup. Thanks so much. Go ahead, Matt. What were you going to say?
Regarding that scene, I'm wondering what because while he was making grilled cheese and tomato soup, and by the way, the most beautiful grilled cheese ever.
Thick, man.
I mean, I've made grilled cheese. It's a quick meal, but it still takes a good 10 to 15 minutes to put together.
Especially if you're going to get it right. Like that perfect golden, I mean, that guy took care.
Oh, yeah. That took care. And I was kind of, that did thing. It's like when he comes out, oh, I made a little snack. It's a full 1,300 calorie meal.
Yeah.
That was an interesting moment for me. I was, oh, all right. I guess they didn't have dinner.
Yeah, it shows you Max is like capable, where Charles could never have done that. He's got to go to Mrs. Brooks or Jessica or whomever. We find out, Max, he buys out all of the toys at the toy store and then gives them away to the Boys and Girls Club with no recognition. He volunteers at the hospital. It's very similar to the movie Sabrina, but it's a reverse Sabrina, because in Sabrina, she ends up with, Linus, the curmudgeon brother, essentially with the beard. Whereas in this one, she ends up with the William Holden or Greg Kinnear character, depending on which era you're watching. And spoiler, they end up together.
Keep spoiling everything.
It's not a spoiler in a Hallmark movie.
No.
Kevin,
no.
can we keep talking about Max and maybe rate Max?
Well, I think we could, Kristin, if you wanted to do your Hallmark holiday hunk objectification.
This is the portion of our program where I like to objectify the male lead in the film. Now, the male lead in this film is Max. Of course, we've been discussing him, played by Carlo Marx. Now, the tricky thing is, this isn't us rating Carlo Marx, all right? We're going to leave them alone as a human being. This is us rating Max, the character. And this is 1 out of 10 mistletoes. And this is, of course, sex appeal, swagger, would you hit it? And also like believability. Do we like this person? Would we hang with this person? So I'm going to start with Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, what do you give the character Max? 1 out of 10 mistletoes.
Okay, I'm not even going to give you like a whole preamble. I'm going to almost throw the number out. The one thing I am going to say, it was one of the things I really loved about this character. I don't know if this was a Carlo choice or a Max choice or a director's choice, but the scene where Abby comes in, his youngest niece comes in to his bedroom because she's scared, and he reads Wizard of Oz to her. She got a big ass teddy bear, and he was laying in bed with his shoes on, and I thought that's a Hallmark move because creepy. It's his uncle niece, but still, we're not doing any. No one. His shoes were on. It was like, no, I'm doing work, but yeah, I'll read Wizard of Oz. Here's the part of Wizard of Oz that means nothing and is boring. That said, Carlo Marx, for me, gets an 8, a snowman, as it were.
That is lovely. That's a great ranking. I will go to Jason next. Jason, what are you giving this 1 out of 10 mistletoes?
Yeah, I love this guy. Oh man. But you know, when we're talking about sex appeal and just physical attraction, for me, it just wasn't quite there. You know, I mean, he was nice. Definitely, I feel like he'd be somebody you'd want to marry, take home to meet your parents. He's charming. He's fun. He's got this secret life as a generous human being. And I love the fact that he doesn't want people to know about it. But for me, like I said, you know, shipping him, maybe, but not. It's not a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to go 7.
Nice. But that's great. I mean, you know, you can be an amazing man, but you also may not have that like.
I didn't want to eat this guy.
Right.
Remember, a Hallmark 7 is a real world 11, so that's pretty solid.
This is pretty.
Then I'm right on.
So I turn it over to our infamous duo. Please rate on your own, rate as a team, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna go with also a 7. Because, you know, if you were just to look at a picture of him, fine looking person. But when he and his Belle did the smooch, Jess, there was no passion in that smooch. And she was really trying it, and he was like, and you know,
That's fair.
I didn't feel the sizzle in that smooch.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy. He's kind of like a, you know, he looks like what Ben Affleck maybe thought he used to look like. He had that kind of smile. And I appreciate that they were trying to make him, he's kind of the wild card because he doesn't necessarily wear collars with his overcoats. And I thought that was kind of his thing. And it's like, oh, look, he's not wearing a sport coat, but he's got a nice cashmere coat, but it's not, he's you know, he's kooky. Honestly, everything that he did that was like saintly, which was pretty much everything that since the start, knocked him down a little bit. Like, I wanted a little more edge from him. I thought he lost a little sexiness. I know you're supposed to swoon when he buys up the store and gives it away and refuses to put his name on it, but I'm like, no, what's he hiding? I do not buy that. I'm afraid I can only give him 6 Stockdales.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, I have a question. The puzzle piece that his nephew had slipped into his pocket because very symbolic of a missing piece, but also we'll do it when Max comes back. Had Max taken that piece himself and been like, screw you, kid, you're not going to finish this puzzle, would that have gotten you a 7?
I'd be willing to bump him up. I'd round up to a 7 for that.
That's a bad boy.
Yeah.
This is fun. Thank you guys for your ratings. Thank you for your honesty. It's interesting because he's not my normal, like, let me claw onto that, right? But he's a good looking chap. I do appreciate his looks, his physique. I love a tall, slender sort of man. I gave him an interesting score, and I gave him a 7.5. And I'll tell you where that 0.5 came from.
I know where it came from.
Kevin, please take a guess.
He liked your tweet on Twitter. Is that where it came from? No. He did know. He liked your tweet on Twitter.
That's worth 0.5.
You guys, we're basically dating. But no, it's it's when he took his coat off when she was outside and a crisp white fitted shirt on a man gets my gears rolling.
Wow.
Yeah. And thank you, wardrobe department. It fit him beautifully and that suit looked great on him. So that crisp white shirt in the outdoor chilly weather where you could see even his undershirt, why is that sexy?
It is. It is. You're seeing something you're not supposed to see.
You're like, oh,
Especially in Hallmark. That's full frontal in Hallmark.
So I gave him a 7.5. I don't think that's too bad.
Hey, Kristin, this wasn't the only movie that was on Sunday.
Mm-mm.
There was another one called TheChristmasBow.
That's right, Kevin. We did get to watch that.
But we didn't review it for you. Instead, we had professional sleuths, Aubrie Williams and Shannon DeVido.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Winter Wonder Whodunit. I'm Aubrie, and this is my co-host, Shannon. Shannon, are you a cat? Are you a dog?
I came out of the dog's.
You came out of the dog's mouth?
I just jumped out. I was inside, it ate me, and then I came out.
You're like the Moby Dick of dogs. Oh my god.
Call me Ishmael.
All right. This week, we are reviewing I always want to say wonderful Christmas movie, but then I stop myself. We're reviewing the movie TheChristmasBow. Contrary to popular belief, it is not about a bow on a present. It is about a violinist's bow. Because this story is about Kate, who was a great violinist, and she auditions for an orchestra. Before she can hear the news back, she gets her hand stuck in a door.
And it breaks. Well, fractures.
But the way she got it stuck didn't look like it would actually do damage, but movie magic.
She has to move back home
Yes.
and get physical therapy on her maybe broken hand.
When she was a child, there was a tone-deaf boy in the orchestra named Patrick. And lo and behold, he is now a physician in town. He used to work in Philly, but then he got a divorce and went back.
The violinist and the physician, whose names I've already forgotten.
Kate and Patrick.
You said them literally 2 seconds ago, and that's how much they stuck with me.
Written down.
So Kate and Patrick rekindle their friendship/relationship throughout the entire movie. There's no sexual tension because they just basically tell each other that they like each other the entire movie.
They even share a kiss. And then the young cousin, Gavin, becomes Patrick's wingman and then spills the beans, but they're cool with it because they already know they like each other. It's all good.
Yeah.
The big tension is whether or not they're going to ruin each other's lives and keep them from their big dreams getting together in the end. Because they both say, I don't want to hold you back. Then the mom says to Patrick, I don't want to hold you back. Everyone thinks they're holding each other back, and they don't know that you can have your dreams and live a life simultaneously with your partners and families. Is that the mystery solved?
Maybe.
So in the end, Patrick gives her a bow because that's the
universal symbol for love.
yes, a bow.
Yes.
If you're looking for any hot, sexy gifts for anyone.
If you are in a almost relationship and you're looking for a top gift,
Ooh,
may we suggest a violin bow?
if you're swiping right on Tinder and you're just meeting someone, boom, bring them a violin bow.
You'll be in love forever and give up on all your dreams.
That's the violin bow will go into a little container, and then the bow will wilt away. And it's a Beauty and the Beast analogy.
And then you'll turn into a
then you'll
chest
turn-
of drawers.
Yeah.
Now we are going to introduce you to our favorite segment, Mystery, where we figure out the mystery of this movie.
So-
Aubrie, take us away.
Well, I think the mystery of this movie is, what is the child's name? We believe it's Gavin the whole time, but in the end, when he says that oh, I know Cousin Patrick likes Kate, she goes, Kevin! And it sounded like Kevin from Home Alone, Catherine O'Hara's Kevin! What is his name? What is his name? Is his name Kevin? Is it? Oh, it's Gavin. So that was my big mystery.
I feel like my mystery for this movie is how old is his mother? So his mom looks the same age as him. And when she came into frame, I thought that it was his sister, but it turned out that it's his mother. Which, how old was she when she had him?
She was 2.
Oh.
She was when she had him.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, kids are going into puberty younger and younger these days.
Shan, I think we overlooked the real mystery. And the real
Oh, no.
mystery was, who will cater the party?
Ah!
The whole time.
The whole time.
Big mystery. And then in true Hallmark fashion, it was solved immediately by
Immediately, if not sooner.
ambiguous relative coming into the music shop to pick her child up for violin lessons. And then she was like, I would love to hear all my Christmas dishes with not even great original names.
Oh my gosh, Aubrie, that brings us to our next segment, Christmas foods. Christmas foods, Christmas foods, Christmas. We like Christmas foods. So in this segment called Christmas Dishes, we are going to create a bunch of different Christmas dishes for you and title them so that when you have your Christmas party, you can use them. You're welcome in advance. Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna start it off with mashed missile potatoes.
Hey-o! Okay, I'm gonna go with tacos. Christmas.
Because I consider this a holiday meal. Crisp, crinkle cut potato chip.
Ooh, that one's really good. Get ready for this one. Pizza. Christmas.
I see what you did there. I don't want to steal your vibe, so I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, and you, my friend, keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Little Drummer Boy's Beats.
Oh, that one's so good. Ever green eggs and ham.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were gonna do hot dog Christmas.
Frosty the snow cones.
Ooh, I like it. I just thought of the worst one.
Yes, tell me.
Jesus stuffing.
That was Christmas dishes.
Now on to our next segment, which is, I would like to audition for this role.
Yay!
What role would you like to audition for?
I would like to audition for the woman carrying the cello who squishes Kate's hand.
Oh, that's a brilliant choice. Brilliant
Thank
choice.
you. Thank you so
Fred.
much. Thank you so much.
Would you like me to play Kate?
I would.
Okay. No, after you.
Oh, my cello's so heavy. Oh, hold the door. Oh, no, I let it go.
My hand!
Sorry. It's really heavy. All right, Aubrie, who would you like to audition for?
Thank you so much for asking me that
You're very
question.
welcome.
I would love to audition for Patrick's mom
Yes.
when she is Christmas shopping.
All right. Yeah, Ma, I gotta go meet Kate to give her physical therapy or whatever.
Good, because you're cramping my Christmas shopping. Ooh, candles!
So good. I 100% got it. Well, this has been a very good episode, I
my
think,
God.
of Mystery.
We laughed, we cried, we solved. We didn't really solve any mysteries, let's be honest. But we tried, and we had fun doing it. And we guessed what we thought the mysteries were.
And what more could you want?
So that's something. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Once again, this is Winter Wonder Whodunit. Out.
Wow, thank you, Shannon and Aubrie. I mean, really just wrapping that up, tying it into a bow.
I see what you did.
And also this movie did that often. There was a lot of bow talk, be it a violin bow or the 9,000 bows on the Christmas tree.
Are you looking for a bow as in B-E-A-U bow?
You did it. You did the pun better. You did. Because I'd like to do Kristin's Hallmark Christmas holiday hunk.
Kristin, I liked Michael Ratty in this film. I found him to be sincere. I found him to be very heartfelt. I've liked him in all of the films I've seen him in. He's one of my favorite Hallmark hunks, if you will. I really did enjoy the movie. And I'm going to give old Michael Ratty a 9. He gets a 9 from me.
Whoa, that's high.
Yeah, I really like him a lot. I liked him in this, and I like him a lot.
I like him a lot. He was the hottie from Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Ooh.
He was the Greek hottie for those who followed his career. I'm not one of them. I just Googled him. And when I say Google, I mean Google. Now, the reason I gave him the score that I'm going to give him is because, I mean, I enjoyed the film. I did. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. I felt it was a little slow, and I felt like I could have used a little bit more energy from either him or the female lead. They both were sort of like, we're in this movie. We're in this movie. I loved his character, though, because from the start, like, I had a crush on a kid when I was younger, and I always pictured myself marrying him when I was, when I'd get older and stuff like that. So I really liked that about him. And he just was great with the kid, even though that wasn't his kid. And then he filled out a suit nicely. Also, I have literally written down soft eyes. Wow, wow, wow. Looks to be a good kisser.
Ooh, this could get him an extra mistletoe.
So I gave him a 7.5.
Whoa, let's do 7.5s tonight. If we watched one movie, someone got a 15.
Wow, that's our top score. But yeah, 7.5. I think it's just more so. I think he's really hot. I really do. I just don't maybe it's like a 7.8. Can I change it? 7.9?
7.8. Although you'll notice the mistletoe doesn't change because I'm not doing that. Get the hell
No,
out.
don't change the mistletoe. But I like him. I like him a lot. He's been in some other cute ones. So meow, meow.
There you have it. So Chris, we're here at the end of another week. You and I have watched 6 movies, plus another 6 that Shannon and Aubrie have analyzed for us. But you and I have watched 12 movies, so it is now time to rank them.
Ooh, baby. I shifted around a bunch because of adding these 4, actually. Yeah. Of course, Deliver by Christmas is still number 1.
Me too. I gotta tell you, I think it's going to be difficult for anything to knock that out, but I'm also Deliver by Christmas.
I agree. 12 Dates of Christmas, still at number 2.
Me too.
It's so good. I then put Christmas with the Darlings. That bumped to number 3. That's how much I loved it.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was my number 4. Christmas Ring was my number 3.
Interesting, because Christmas Ring is my number 4. And you could not even have to twist or break my arm to switch those. They might be tie. I don't know.
I could see that. But speaking of breaking or twisting arms, The Christmas Bow is my number 5.
Are you kidding me?
I loved it. There's a lot going on in that movie. There's so much biographical stuff. Like, first of all, I love her because she was in Treme, but she actually had a hand injury, and it really messed her career up for a while. And she came back from it. Her father had dementia due to Parkinson's, and she would play for him, and he would tap along, and they kind of do that in the movie. And there was another thing that was very the mother, having Michael Ratty's mother, that actor really had CMT, and she wasn't even an actor. She was just a woman. Like, they had auditioned, they wanted that character to have CMT as opposed to it was originally going to be a car accident. And like, no, we want somebody who they're not going to get better. This will, it's degenerative. They will not get better from this. So there was just a lot going on, and I loved everybody in it. So I was definitely feeling a bit schmaltzy. I know in the last episode, Sarah talked about it was just a lot of emotion for the weekend. I felt that too, and that's probably helped the Christmas Bow.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I did like it, but the only thing that I didn't really like about it was that there was not a lot of meat in the middle.
Yeah.
Like
I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegan, so
Yeah,
that's fine with
I
me.
loved it. I just felt like it was, because I did like both their acting. I thought I just needed a little like more punch in there, I think.
Yeah.
Because I put Christmas Bow at, what did we watch, 12? So I put that at 9. No, 11. I don't know how to do math.
Okay, well, we'll get to it.
But yeah, so my 5th choice is Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good one. That one's 7 for me. Christmas Tree Lane, still rocking that 6th spot. It's just never going to drop out of the top 10, I don't think.
Man, you love her. Jeez Louise.
I do love her, and I also love him. Andrew Walker. I kind of want to revisit and bump him up a little bit, just to spite you.
Whatever. I'd put Holly and Ivy, One Royal Christmas, Jingle Bell Bride.
I had One Royal Christmas up against your Jingle Bell Bride, okay?
Then after Christmas Tree Lane comes Christmas Bow, and then the 2 useless movies, Christmas Chateau or Chateau Christmas, who cares? And the loser, Cranberry
Christmas. Yeah, I'm Chateau Christmas, Holly and Ivy, Jingle Bell Bride, and then Cranberry Christmas. I will say, I typically don't cave to peer pressure. I feel like I'm too old for that. However, I will say, the more I think about Chateau Christmas, the more I think you could see it fall on my list, and Holly and Ivy and Jingle Bell pop up. We'll see what happens. The vote counts are still coming in, so we'll see what happens. It's my Nevada. We may never have it.
All I can say though, Kevin, is I'm enjoying this journey, and I'd be watching these anyway, but being able to watch these knowing I get to talk to amazing people about them is really fun.
It's been a blast. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this ridiculous movie. I liked it.
I did too.
I felt it was harmless.
Yeah.
Like I've watched a bunch of these, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, this is bad, or like, this is great, but this one was just kind of like, oh, very middle of the road. How very middle of the road this one was.
I did forget to mention her lovely line of, it is the 21st century. I can't have a job and take care of children. I was like,
That was cool.
yeah.
Sorry.
We watched it with my dad, who's 80, and we had a really good time just making like really inappropriate dick jokes. And we have never really crossed that line with my dad, but there was something special about that movie that just had my dad like, douchebag. Oh, look, they're kissing. There's plenty of room for Jesus in that kiss. And I was like,
yeah, it's the safety of the Hallmark net. You can kind of push boundaries a little bit more. Jill, your father had a hard time finding this movie, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
oh my gosh. So yeah, so we don't, for whatever reason, we don't like have cable or whatever. So we called my dad and we said, hey dad, can you DVR this? Cause we have homework, we have to watch it. We were gonna be up in New Jersey at my parents' house this weekend. So he said, yeah, sure, I can DVR it. So it took my dad 20 minutes to find Christmas with the Darlings. So he fires up the TV and then uses the little search thing, where he types out the word Christmas, but he can't spell. And so he finally spells out the word Christmas, takes like an hour. And then he just starts reading in alphabetical order every Christmas movie on cable.
And you needed to get to Christmas W.
Yeah, W.
Yeah.
So once we got up to Jersey, I taped him re-finding the movie.
And I believe that you have that tape for us, do you not?
I do.
Roll it.
What Christmas shows are on the Hallmark Channel, Dad?
There's a whole bunch of them.
You need the R.
Rated R?
CHR. So otherwise you have Chismas. You need it. You need the CHR. M.
All right, Christmas shows. Hang on. How do you use this freaking thing? Christmas shows. Christmas at Cartwright's.
Cartwright's.
Christmas at Dollywood.
Dollywood.
Christmas at Graceland. Christmas at Grand Valley. Christmas at Pemberley.
Pemberley.
Yes. Christmas at Chateau.
Woo.
Christmas at the Plaza. Christmas in Evergreen, Letters to Santa.
Oh, the saga continues.
Christmas in Evergreen. Christmas in Love.
Oh.
Christmas in Mississippi. The Christmas Note. Opposed to the Christmas Letter. Christmas Town. The Christmas Train. Christmas with a Prince.
No.
Christmas with Holly.
No, but...
Christmas with the Darling.
Hey! That's us.
We also have Christmas with Tucker. And the Christmas Wonderland. And the Christmas Yule Block.
These kids were plotting from the very beginning of the movie to not go to that frickin' academy, I'm telling you. Literally, like, they're not in the movie a lot, but every time they're in the movie, they're very suspiciously saying things like, oh, well, you know, in 2 months it won't matter because we'll be going to Peyton Academy. Sigh. I'm in to see their, like, uniforms, and they're just like, well, I guess it's real then. I was like, I want to see the Parent Trap version of this film. The verse where the kids are like in their bedroom, like, all right, tomorrow you have to cry when they say Aiden Academy.
In their father's bedroom, nonetheless, because they all had different bedrooms, and they're like, we all wanted to sleep in Daddy's bedroom. We have accent.
So manipulative.
Also, there's no way that they didn't know that the two of them were still at the door when they're like, don't get too attached to them. Blah, 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 blah. They hadn't even shut the door yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. They are manipulative little kids. We didn't see the evil side of them, but it exists.
No kids are that good.
Or polite.
No one's that polite without
So
some.
nice.
You know what's so funny, Jason? It makes me think, because to kind of circle back around to what I said earlier about, you had said they're just so rich. The very end of the movie, they are now not going to the academy. They're going to a place right down the street, and Jessica and Max are going to be around. Jessica's not going to become a corporate lawyer. She's going to be a family lawyer instead. And they decide, oh, we'll be around. And the kids are like, we'd also all like our own rooms. And it's you little buggers. After all that. And of course, Charles is like, of course you can have them. We're unbelievably rich, and we have so many rooms. Mrs. Brooks has 4 of them.
You guys can have your own houses. Are you kidding me?
They knew what they wanted, and they got it. They went after it.
I
was surprised if it was their fault that Max and Jess got together, too. Like some sneaky stuff.
That was their plan all along.
Yeah. He did love her from the moment he saw her 2.5 years ago.
Say something, brother.
Say something. Like, speak up, bruh. Come on.
Max lives on the edge.
But he's got no confidence, the Max. Poor Max.
No
His
one takes
brother.
him seriously.
Nobody
Yeah.
does.
You're right. That's also why I liked him, because Kevin, can you hear this ding?
Yeah.
I don't know how to stop this notification, and of course a giant group text just started. And I'm like, no, but I don't know how to. Why am I
on your
getting
phone?
messages? It's not my phone. It's my computer. Stop.
It's those jingle bells must mean that's the end of our episode. I want to thank our guests, Jason Stockdale, Matt Casarino, Jill Knapp of Hot Breakfast. Jason, what can we plug for you, sir?
Oh, just kindness.
I'm down with that, dude. I'm down with plugging kindness.
Yeah. Just, be kind to people.
Do something nice. Go out of your way. It's tough to do that because most of us don't physically interact. But if you do,
Right.
Hold a door from 6 feet away for somebody. That's lovely.
Yeah. That and my kids' videos on Facebook, which always...
They bring me joy.
Always
That kid is so good at hide and seek.
at everything.
Oh man.
Matt and Jill, what attributes would you like to plug?
Beauty, wealth. No, we perform currently every Wednesday and Friday on the Facebook. We do free shows at 3:00
PM Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm. Like charity, we think you should give to charities in general. And that's it.
Yeah, and of course you can see the link for general charity below.
No, general.
No, I can speak honestly. I don't want to jump over that and joke. Matt and Jill they've played 71 shows. In fact, when this comes out, it'll be 72 shows they've played since the pandemic started. That's insane. 72, and they say 15 minutes. They can be 20 minutes, they can be a half hour in a good way. You're not like, it's not like when we tell you Remark is a 45-minute episode and you're like 107 minutes. It is legitimately brings me joy on Wednesdays and Fridays, so I highly recommend it. You can find them on Facebook, and we will link them as well from our Facebook page.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you guys, because I've never had my name in a song before, and you put it in a song, and it's the coolest thing ever.
Thank you. Thank you for having a convenient name.
It's easy to rhyme with.
It sure is.
Here's that song right now.